What's up, guys? C-Twan13 here, and today's video is going to be on another iPhone 7 Plus accessory. In this case, it's a case. This is the ESR iPhone 7 Plus case, and this is the hybrid shockproof super drop protection armor one that's got 3 different layers. It has a it says it's got a steel layer, so it's actually got a steel frame. So many of these cases I see that have a metal frame of some kind are aluminum, but I think the steel is better for strength. It's also got a soft layer that's made of I don't remember exactly what it said, but it's some sort of special cushioning material. But anyway, guys, I have got an update also on the iPhone 7 Plus, my 7 Plus. So I got a shipping update, and I will hopefully have it by this coming Monday, or the next Monday. Sorry, not this Monday, next Monday. So I'm excited. I'm getting it sooner than they said initially. So hopefully I can actually get to honestly reviewing some of these accessories. But anyway, let me grab my iPhone 6 Plus, even though it doesn't actually work because of the touch disease. I haven't charged it in months. I've been using an iPhone 5, my old iPhone 5. Been forced to use that. So you're gonna have to excuse on this one. It's got the it's got a skin on it, but it's long since started peeling off, so that's why it looks pretty gross. But and then the glass screen protector's got a crack on it, or a few cracks. But it's going to work for this. I guess that's the only advantage of the phones being about the same in design, is we're going to be able to do a comparison here. So let me try some light. Well, that light's not working. There we go. Okay. So pretty simple design on the box. Honestly, I mean, there's not even any branding on here, so and I had ordered this without thinking about it late at night one night, a few days back. So I didn't even remember what this was, so I had to kind of look it up, exactly what I had ordered. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Is this? Oh, okay. We don't have to cut anything. It's got a little pull tab here. All right. I was under the impression that I'd have to cut this, but I guess I'm wrong. All right, and then I guess I'm pulling both sides here. So both sides got a pull tab, and there you go. Okay. So just get the case on top. It's attached with a loose plastic insert inside that holds it in. There's the case. Put that aside for a second. In the box, in the bottom, we have, well, it's supposed to have a tab, but it didn't come out very well. It's got some sort of manual type deal. So, okay, this is obviously a Chinese company. There's a lot of Chinese in this manual, as you can see here. Some of their cases, it looks like, come with stands, as you can see here. And you're gonna have to excuse me for 1 second. The phone I'm using to make this video is dying, so if I do not plug it in, this video is gonna end. And yes, I know my videos can be long, but I do want to finish at least talking about what I'm talking about here. Okay, so but yeah, that's all that's included. That's some quality control sticker thing, and that's basically all. There's nothing else in here. It's this little folio folder thing. Was this a folder? I don't even know what this was. Yeah, but now is the interesting part, because there aren't really any instructions in here. It's literally just a bunch of ads for their different types of cases they sell. So let's see. Yep, and no instructions on the back. I mean, it seems like this would be pretty straightforward, so I'm going to use the best of my abilities to figure this out. Okay, so there's this. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So there's a hard plastic outer frame. this part. Okay, hard plastic, flexible but clearly a hard plastic. It's got a soft touch finish on there, but it's a smooth soft touch finish. You've got some sort of like TPU type material here. You know, I'm not sure what to call this. And then you've got an inner layer, as you can see here, that is the stainless steel or the steel. I don't know if it's stainless, but I'm just assuming it's stainless. But you know, they say never make assumptions. So that is embedded in the TPU type material. So pretty much insertion should be pretty simple. And again, we're going to see, obviously nothing's going to line up perfect. I think all the buttons and everything should line up, but the camera and stuff's not going to line up. Let's see here. And technically this would probably work for this. Yeah, barely. Well, let me just put it in first. So on the bottom you'll see the openings as well. It's got a wide opening for the lack of a headphone jack, but the large grill that the 7 Plus has on the left side where this headphone jack used to be. And then we'll go ahead and just put the back cover on. Hang on a second, guys. Alright. So it seems like the buttons definitely line up, because from what I understand, the 6 Plus, 6S Plus, and the 7 Plus have the same button placement. The only thing that's different is the camera lens placement and flash placement. So yeah, you can see that on this one, on the 6 Plus, the lens is slightly obstructed. I'm sure, you know, if you really wanted to use this case, cutting out that little bit of a notch wouldn't be a problem. But again, they also make one for the 6 Plus and 6S Plus, so it's not really a problem. So, I mean, I can tell you right now, based on this, that it's very well protected. There's a very large sort of bump lip type thing going on here. Lay on the table, I want to say it's lay on the table. Let me just see. I mean, again, I have a screen protector on here, so it may be actually coming in contact with that screen protector. But I'm pretty sure even with a thick glass screen protector, it's a little slick on the sides here. Yeah, no, we have a lay on the table design. There is a lip. It's not as prominent as I would want. You know, ideally you want it as prominent as you can get it without it being obstructive. But definitely on the back you're going to have good protection. And it's also just a very sexy case. I mean, you know, that's very good looking for sure. Again, don't worry about it. You have to excuse the broken screen protector on this phone and the pieces of skin that I put on here on the back that are peeling off. That's unavoidable in this situation. But again, quite nice. Now I guess my only concern is because I've got the jet black 7 Plus on the way. Again, you know, the Apple logo is the most sensitive part of the phone, and currently I can't find a skin that will work for the 7 Plus. So my only concern is what's going to happen scratch-wise, because I both love and hate that cases do this, because I think it's cool because you see the Apple logo, but I also think, man, that's the most sensitive part of the back. I mean, that's usually a plastic piece, or it's the extra glossy part of the back of any iPhone. So that's the most easily scratched part, and it's the one part they don't cover. So but yeah, just to recap in conclusion, this is seems to be a very solid case. I know someone that actually uses this case on a regular basis with a 6 Plus, and so they've had no problems with it. And it's surprising how cheap this thing is. If you go on Amazon, you can get this for, I think I paid $16 for this. And considering that $16 is what I paid for this, is what I also paid for this Spigen case, which is literally just some TPU type material with their like air bubble protection on the side. And it's literally just a one-piece case, just like that, you know. And again, we can try it out, you know. And I'm sure it'll fit nice, you know. Spigen stuff, you know, they don't mess around, but it fits nice. Buttons all work and everything, but still, it's you're getting a lot less case for 16-ish dollars. I think that's what I paid for this. So if you really consider the amount of material that's involved here, you have that stainless steel frame on the inside, which is adding the rigidity. It's adding some strength to it. The rigidity is ultimately reinforced with this, but that steel inside is both a design element and somewhat of an impact element design. So the main protection I would say from the stainless steel is impact protection. So if you drop this case face first onto a rock, yes, your phone's done, game over, unless you got some crazy screen protector on there, right? But if you drop it back down, again, this is also what goes back to this whole, while being kind of a sexy design element, being sort of a letdown in terms of protection. That would be the one weak point, I'd say, the Achilles heel of the back. But what the stainless steel prevents is it really prevents impact damage from penetrating to the phone, so that the distortion or the deformity, the deformation of an impact. So if you drop this onto, like, let's say you're going out hiking and you drop this on a rock, and the rock has got a sharp point, that's where it hits first. Well, even though this got a hard plastic back, if that cracks or the rock hits here or here, the steel is going to deform first before it allows, and plus you got two rubber layers, so the steel is going to add structural rigidity to this TPU material, which is much firmer where their steel is, and it's going to prevent direct contact with the aluminum on the back of an iPhone. And everyone knows, the aluminum is very soft. So it's sort of like a reinforced concrete of TPU type deal, where you have, like in reinforced concrete, you have steel rebar that's acting as a strengthening agent. It's the same thing here. It's keeping the TPU rigid. So anyway, nothing to get too technical about, but this is a very nice case, and for $16.77, which is what the price is at right now, is a very good case. I will link it below in the description below. And again, guys, I really appreciate any of you guys who are still looking forward to seeing the 7 Plus Jet Black 256 gig. Now, I know there's already videos out there online, but if any of you guys are interested in my take, I appreciate your waiting. And also, I will have several more iPhone 7 Plus or an iPhone 7 accessories coming up, including at some point I will do a review on a iPhone 7 Plus battery case, because I am generally a hard user when it comes to the my phone, in terms of length of time I'd like to be away from a charger, right? And even though I do carry backup batteries and the such, in addition to not wanting to run out of battery, I also don't want to put undue load stress on the internal battery, because again, while I have no problem repairing iPhones, unless it's a complex chip soldering repair, I'm very capable of repairing, just replacing a bad battery in an iPhone. The 7 Plus is a little different because, as we all know, it's sealed with adhesive, right? So when you pull the phone apart, that adhesive is gone, right? And you can replace it, I'm sure, and with enough care and finesse, you could probably get it back together, and it would probably still be just as water resistant. But it's one of those things where you want to kick that bucket as far down the road as possible. You know what I mean? It's, at the end of the day, you can do it. It's possible to do, but the longer you can go without having to do it, the better, because you can always do it later, right? But you want to get as much use and enjoyment out of the phone before you are forced to do that. And so that's what the battery case would be for, because I'd rather cycle the battery case battery than the iPhone battery. So in this case, that will be one of the accessories I'm going to review. I will also talk about, sneak peek here, this little solution to anyone who has only an aux connection in their car and they're wondering, what am I going to do with my iPhone 7 or 7 Plus if I want to charge the phone at the same time? Well, we have a little solution here, so I'll be unboxing and reviewing that later as well. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give me a like. If you have any questions, comments, etc., leave it below. The link for this case is in the description below. And if you want to see more, subscribe. Peace.